Well, welcome back. We was going to get the linoleum or vinyl, the linoleum for the floor. Went there, and of course the gentleman there said, he said, "What you want?" And I told him, and I said, "That's probably the one y'all are out of." And his remarks said, "No," he said, "we restocked everything," and said, "We got it all." And we was like, "Okay." So he rolled it down, and as he got down to the roll we was looking for, it didn't have a lot on it, but he still had some faith that it was going to be enough, and it showed up 2 feet too short. So back to what I said, probably the one you're out of. And he said, no, they had it. So he was kind of right, but then again, kind of wrong, and I was kind of right, because they didn't have as much as we needed, which is not a lot, because we're working with this thing, but it was short. So we decided today, trying to figure out this air conditioning thing, where we got that piece. Let's see if we can get up in here. And then we got this little square one here. We got dark in there, isn't it? Well, it's right here. So we gotta figure out if I can get the plastic piece on that, and I'll show you what I've done with that. But this was already made from the previous built, and it went up through here, and it had a box made where it exerted 3 of them. I went down in the old green bin that we're going to be donating to the salvage yard, and got one of the ends out of it. So I'm going to put it up here so that it will blow out the top. And then let's get out of this thing. And we cut this piece off of this thing, and ended up with this piece. And then out of the old green bin, I took this piece out, and I'm going to duct tape it and put a little screw in that hole through the plastic, and put it there. And then we got some donated air conditioned flex hose. So where that is going is to these pieces that are donated out of the green bin. So we're going to have to take a jigsaw, and we're going to cut them off and put them right, there we go, put them right there. One here, one at the front. So we'll have our back, follow my finger there, air here, and then we'll have air on that front one going that way. This one dangling is going to be up here blowing air that way. So while we're riding down the road, we can use the AC from the van. So that's what we're working on today, and maybe we'll see if they get another roll in. We might get the floor done before the end of this here video, but we'll see what happens. Let's go back to work, or back to playing, or back to putting a puzzle together, or whatnot. Alright, just for you to know, this part here that I was putting together, it goes into the square thing there. So now I got to bring my flex hose, and one of them is going to come out. We was thinking about the front here, but that's going to be a
cabinet storage.
Don't really know, because the bed is here. And get my finger out the way. So now we're going to have but still, under the bed we're going to have something there, I'm sure. So I don't know. So we're trying to decide if we're going to put it like here maybe. And then Tony said we got to remember the height of the battery. So we're going to have to get one of the batteries, or either measure it and figure out the box we're making, because we got to make sure that they are tied down. So just if, one of them people that don't know how to yield on the exit ramp as they're coming down through that 30 mile an hour, and they just pull over in front of you running 65 or 70, whatever the speed limit is, you got to hit the brakes. We don't want them batteries to come up here with us. So we're going to have to tie them down. And but yeah, I don't mind if I got room to ease over, I'll let people on, but if I got somebody beside me, I'm running the speed limit and you're yielding to the highway traffic. So, you know, that's just the way it is. But I ain't hitting my brakes until I got to, and hope that it's no contact. But I'm just want the batteries to stay where they're at. And so that's where we're at. A vent here maybe. And we're going to put one back there. Got to be above where the battery height is. This one hanging down is pretty much going to follow the route that they had. They had this cut out, and they had it stuffed up through here, and it went around this metal piece, and it came out, and they had a wooden box built, and they had just 3 vents in it, and that's how they had it coming out. But I think we're just going to leave this hose and try to fix it so it's not kinked, and it's going to come out the front of that panel, something similar to that. I know it's a little dark up in there, but that's kind of how that's going to flow. And again, this is the van AC air conditioned, so it's only going to be used when we're traveling, running down the road, and to not have to work on the batteries with the overhead air conditioner that's not in here yet. But it's coming. It's getting closer.
Yes, it is. Every day we're getting one step closer.
Yeah.
Or 2.
Yeah.
Or 3. Yeah.
Every little thing now that gets done, it just makes us feel like,
yeah, we're very close. We're a little disappointed about the floor this morning, but
yeah,
we're going to have that booger in.
Yeah. But so we're working on this, tie up some time, and then we'll wait and see if we can get the floor in. And if we get that in, then we'll get that, and you're going to get to see it.
Yeah.
So let's progress on.
Okay.
So here we are. We got the flexes. We got our little holes here drilled. We got one flex coming out here. I had to take this back off. We had it in place, but I couldn't get to the bottom side to screw this flex hose on so it won't get blowed off and shook off and vibrated off. And so done that, and that's the way they do them anyway. The 2 shinier screws are just the ones I put in. They had
these little ones.
Little ones, and
right here.
they hard for me to hold on to, and so I had some self tappings, and I couldn't find the holes on that side, so I made it simple. Just put 2 new self tappings, and they're a little longer, but it don't matter because the air blow right around them just as good. So now we're going to put this back into place, screw it, and then we're going to throw these hoses through there. And then we're going to put these vents in those little square, or those little holes. And
my 2 cents on this is we was trying to figure out how, because you can't draw around the bigger part. So what I did was I measured from here to here, and then I just drew a line on there. So then when we, so then that way it just fits right in there, and then we can work from the back of it. But that was my 2 cents. Woohoo!
Okay, so we're going to run the hoses out, get them out front here so we can hook these things up. And they also will take a screw. I don't think this one had one, but the other one had one on it to keep that hose from coming off of it.
But we're going to, I guess we'll probably use it looks like it might have been there, but it broke off. So we'll be using a zip tie on that one probably, right?
No, I'm just going to use screws.
Screws? Okay. Well, okay.
Alrighty. There's the vents. Got them all screwed into place.
Ooh.
And then we screwed the hoses there on the back side. And now we've got them run off of this piece and that piece. And now she's, if you can see, she's going to be stuffing it, picking the hoses up and putting it underneath and letting it rest back down on them. And so we'll get this area stuffed. And then we can put the lid on it. That section will be done. We'll still have to figure out the box around this back here and around this part and how we're going to make the rest. But man, we just keep clicking a little off at a time,
Yeah,
and
getting closer and closer.
so we'll get this part here done, and then we'll be hoping for the floor to come into the store so we can go down to the store and pick it up.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yep. Alrighty, just wanted to show y'all that progress.
Okay.
Okay, so we got it all plumbed in here, both of these. And so the fan's back there, which is a little noisy, but we'll get that isolated a little bit, but it is noisy anyway. So Tony's going to hit the fan. it comes right out of there. So we got air conditioning out of both of these here vents. We got it in this one. Woo, that feels good. Okay, now we run into an issue. We've got to do some thinking, because this here and this is a little taller than what we had. I don't know if we can see in there or not. But so now we're going to have to come over here. Where's my finger? Over here we are. Line it up, and so that way we can raise this lid up a little bit, and hopefully see the gap maybe we're going to have there. So we gotta do that to get the lid to fit good. Then once we get that secured, we'll be in good shape. She turned the air off on me though. That thing's on. Yeah. See the sun coming in back here. We got the doors open, but yeah, there we go. See there? Well, it blows hard on high. Ought to be good. Be good traveling day on a hot day. We got the AC running, going out west. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
All I can say is, two lucky people.
Second chance.
Yep, we're gonna make it happen. All right, well, hopefully the floor's gonna come in and we'll get that done, and you want to get to see there.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, we're finishing this up. We put an extra one all the way around, and now it's tight. But we got to slide this piece in. We had to do a little modifying up here to get it to go. Let's see what the end is going to be there. Does that look like if we screw that down,
Yeah, I have to screw it down.
I have it tight. Okay. So that's going to be the bottom part of my little cubby hole once we get some more framework done here. And then out, and so that'll be my cubby hole, and Tony's cubby hole is gonna be woo down there. Uh-oh, that's some keys. And so there we are.
Yep.
Just showing what the vents there look like under the bed. So that's where the cool air will be coming from under there. And then the top one we still ain't figured out yet, but it's going over there. But still waiting on the floor for the bottom. Once we get that, we'll be a rocking and a rolling. We still got to come over here and cut along this here blue tape, and then we're going to have to box that out somehow. Might end up taking it all off, I'm not sure yet. But we're going to have to put some type of wooden frame over here so we can tie the wall there.
Because that's where the refrigerator goes.
And once we figure out how that frame's going, yep, then the refrigerator is going to be sitting right there. So we got to make sure between that post, or not sure how far back, we're going to be able to go with it. It might be here. We had it sitting in here, but took it out so we could do all this. And but that's where we're at. Got them air conditioning vents down below, so we're moving on to something else.
Yep.
Another piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.